The next Xbox could be very interesting in just who they compete with and how they are going to change the game when it does come to consoles. More information on that. Rare has their 40th anniversary, and a brand new special edition controller has been announced. You actually get it right now, but it's not being made by Microsoft, which is interesting. We have more information on the next update for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. The final Zombies map is showcased, and RTX cards, some new ones, look like they are coming here in the winter. But before we do get into it, if you do enjoy daily gaming news and content, make sure to hit the subscribe, share the video, like the video. But for now, let's get into it. So we already are getting rumors, leaks, information about the next Xbox. Right now it is codenamed Magnus. That is what is going around here. And we are hearing that this one is going to be very powerful. Now we always hear that consoles are going to be very powerful before they do come out. And then you have to put them into real world tests to just see how well they do. Of course, with the Xbox Series X at the launch of this gen, it was the world's most powerful console. And I think the Series X has done very good in terms of performance and giving us great gaming experiences. But the next generation Xbox is going to look completely different from all of the rumors and just things that have actually come out in the news in terms of the direction they are going. They aren't looking to make that traditional console. Looks like they are going to be having multiple consoles, one made in-house by themselves, as well as some other OEM ones where those could be scalable and upgradable, more similar to actually pre-built PCs, or just getting a PC and then upgrading different aspects of that PC when you want to make your experience better. Well, based off of the information that has come out, Digital Foundry has actually commented on what they think the direction that Xbox will be going with the APU. And it looks like they are building these consoles for scalability, flexibility, and competing more with pre-built PCs. I mean, to me, all of this sounds very exciting about the direction in the future that they are going, giving gamers basically more choice on how powerful do they want their console to be in and how they want to be able to experience their games. If they're not getting enough out of it, they can go ahead and upgrade it. It basically is what the understanding is here from the stuff that has come out. It says here that the Magnus APU, rumored to be powering the Xbox next generation system, will provide its unique design a lot of flexibility that will allow Microsoft to scale an entire stack of systems that are more likely to compete with pre-built PCs rather than the PlayStation 6 and other traditional consoles. One of the things right now in consoles is that you have your SoC that includes your CPU and your GPU all on that one chip. And it looks like with these OEM consoles, Xbox is not going to be going in that direction, which will give you a lot more flexibility and more likely a lot more power that you could get out of these devices. Digital Foundry says here that they highlight how different it is from the APUs powering the past and current generation PlayStation and Xbox consoles, not only in the terms of the size, but also in terms of design. This design featuring separate CPU and GPU dies, which is far different than what we get right now on the current consoles and how they do design those. They say it will also be more powerful than anything we have seen so far and supports a potential iterative approach to console design, giving Microsoft the ability to mix dies for more frequent upgrades than in traditional console cycles. They'll be going more with something like phases rather than generations, because right now, Series X, S, PS5, they've been out since 2020, and they're probably going to still be here and be very relevant until about 2027, 2028. So that's about an 8-year console generation, which is pretty long. And I think it's fine if the games are still functioning well, because there are still people out there that don't even think we've gotten everything out of the Xbox Series X. So I can see these consoles still giving us great experiences for a number of years. The actual increase in the graphics and everything that we do get now from generation to generation on consoles, it's not that massive. It's not like what we used to have with older gens going from like the Xbox to the Xbox 360, where that was a massive jump. You really notice it. Now it's basically all the lighting, better frame rates, higher resolutions and things like that. But the reality is it's harder to actually keep up and make sure that every new game coming out, if they want them to look as good as possible, to be running at something like 60 frames per second, 4K experiences. It's just something that these consoles right now can't fully keep up on. You're not getting 4K 60, something that was promised at the beginning of this gen, but they do give that option of giving the performance mode, reducing the resolutions, and giving the higher frame rates, which I think is what people care about more. But if you think about the next gen with Magnus, and you pick up one of these OEM consoles, and you're playing it, it's doing good for like 2 years, 3 years or so. Everything is the way that you want it to be, but then games are coming out and the frame rates are dropping. They're not optimized as good as they can be because the power of your console isn't where it needs to be. You just go ahead and upgrade that rather than being locked in and sticking on that $500, $600, $700 console that you've purchased, waiting for the next generation. You can go and upgrade one part of the box just like a PC, but then get that whole console experience when you do connect it to your TV and turn it on. I think that's a good thing. I think this will be cool to see if this is the direction that it does go. And they're right. It takes Xbox away from competing with PlayStation. It takes them away from that and competing with more pre-built PCs, or people are going out there and looking, do I go buy a PC just for gaming, or do I just go buy this Xbox where I get the Xbox ecosystem? I'm going to get the PC launchers in there and I get that whole experience that will be easier, more seamless, and more console-like. So that will be a very interesting future if this is the case. Of course, all of this stuff is just rumors at this point, and people speculating off of information that they believe that they found. So we'll see what happens with the official announcement, because how are they going to balance these consoles and then their own Xbox console? What kind of power will be in that one and get people to want to go and buy that? So Xbox Magnus definitely is sounding like there will be lots to go over and discover when we get the announcements for what the next step here is for Xbox. If the OEM consoles are coming out in 2026, there will be an announcement soon. There may be an announcement this year about this direction as to when you can go pick up the next Xbox console. So exciting stuff there. Rare, if you are a fan of Rare, their 40th anniversary has hit, and they have collaborated here with 8BitDo to create a beautiful looking controller. I really like this controller. I think it's an absolutely beautiful controller. And if you're looking for a new controller, this may be one to check out. But they have released this blue and gold colored 40th anniversary Rare controller. You can see the picture here. I think it's great. Very, very nice looking. And it comes with some thumbstick grips that you can put on with a Sea of Thieves logo and a Banjo-Kazooie logo, which will just give you an overall better feel to it. It has impulse triggers, and it also comes with a dock. This is the 8BitDo Ultimate 3 controller that connects via USB-C cable or via the Xbox console 2.4 gigahertz wireless connection. You can connect it to your Xbox. You can also connect it wirelessly to your PC, as it will come with a dongle that you can plug in. And it will also come with Bluetooth, and it does have Hall effect triggers. This is basically the exact same controller that I do have here. This is the Ultimate 2 Bluetooth controller, but I mean, you look at the picture, it probably feels the exact same. It may just have the different Xbox triggers, because I think these are more like the PlayStation triggers. But the ergonomics of these 8BitDo controllers are phenomenal. Comes with a dock, connects seamlessly to your PC, connects seamlessly to your console. So they're great controllers. So interesting that they're pairing up with them, though. With the amount of controllers that Xbox does make, you think they would have just made this one themselves and not ship this off here to 8BitDo to sell. It is $90, so it is expensive, but it is a beautiful looking controller. I think a lot of people are going to pick this one up and really, really enjoy it. And if you need another one in your collection, this is definitely one to keep your eye on here, as it is available right now. I believe you can go ahead and pick that one up. All right, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. They got an announcement here for the finals zombie map that has been showcased ahead of the Season 5 launch. This is coming out here August 7th, so very, very soon this week, you're going to be able to check out all this new content here coming to Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Season 5. And what you're getting here is new zombies, multiplayer, and battle royale content. They say avoid an Appalachian apocalypse as the assault on Janus Towers begins and the long brewing conflict between Rich Tofen and Sam reaches a turning point. And they show off all of the stuff here, all of the multiplayer maps that are coming. There's actually some pretty cool ones here. You have Runway, which is 6v6 exchange, 6v6 or 2v2, and World Motor Dynasty, which is 6v6, which is a reimagined version of WMD, which was in the original Black Ops, which is a cool map. And then a fourth new multiplayer map will arrive, Jackpot 6v6, which is inspired by Black Ops 4's casino map, and also partially inspired by High Roller's mission from Black Ops 6. So there you have it. And yeah, there's going to be the new and final round-based map called Reckoning for Zombies. So if you're still playing Black Ops 6, you have a bunch of new content here coming for Season 5. Black Ops right now and Call of Duty is in this weird place because there's a lot of people annoyed about the skins that they are putting out and kind of taking the seriousness away from the game. Then you also have Battlefield 6 that is getting an open beta this upcoming weekend, and then the weekend following, where you're going to have a lot of people, I think, playing it and then making decisions on what they're going to be excited for the games that are coming out this year, which is going to be Black Ops 7 and Battlefield 6. So there's a lot happening here in the first person shooter realm. It just really feels like we're getting back that place where we're going to have multiple games that release at the end of the year and compete very hardly for people's attention, as both of these games require you to spend a lot of time playing them if you do end up wanting to improve. And there's just so much content in it. You can spend hours and months playing these games, and it could be the only game that some people out there play. So we'll see how Call of Duty does continue to do. It will never fail. It'll always be a top game, even when there is competition, because of just the ritual, the loyalty, and the amount of people that play this thing every single year. But Battlefield 6 could put a dent into it. From everything we're hearing so far, this open beta upcoming this weekend will be interesting to see how people take to it, if they are able to live up to a lot of the hype surrounding the game right now. But if you're a first-person shooter fan, this is going to be a great year, a great end of the year launch for both Black Ops 7 and Battlefield, and just lots to play here going forward. It's an insane year overall for game releases. And finally, NVIDIA looks like they are releasing some new RTX 50 cards, the RTX 50 Super series of cards, which they always end up doing this stuff. But if you haven't picked up one of these, this may be time to wait to see exactly how these Super Series cards do, rather than picking up a 50 series card right now. But this is according to Tweaktown, that NVIDIA is planning to release new cards in time for the upcoming holiday season. The report says that the company will be releasing at least 3 new cards for enthusiasts: the RTX 5070 Super, RTX 5070 Ti Super, and the RTX 5080 Super. And as far as the specs are for these new cards, it is claimed that the 5070 Super will have 6400 CUDA cores, 5070 Ti will have 8960, and the 5080 will have 10,752. Other specs here: 24 gigabytes of GDDR7 memory on a 256-bit bus for the 5080 and the 5070 Ti Super, but the 5070 Super itself will have 18 gigabytes GDDR7 on a 192-bit bus. And then the TGP will be 415 watts for the 5080 Super, 350 for the 5070 Ti, and 275 watts for the 5070 Super. So again, speculation, but this is what could be coming here this winter as they do announce these new cards. Well, obviously pricing, all that, it will be high, and you're going to have to make those comparisons. But I mean, GPUs, even if you're still looking for 40 series cards, are still relatively expensive. But these are going to be the latest ones coming up on the market. If you haven't picked them up, may want to wait until these are announced and then make your final decision. But I'll end the video there. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.